This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, along with my mascot and daughter, Piper. And we're going to do our Wrestling Observer review of the points I find interesting in Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer newsletter this week. And this week was a big news week, so I'll jump right into it. Steve Austin appears like he's coming out of retirement for WrestleMania this year. He's 57 now. He has not wrestled since 2003 when he lost to The Rock. However, that was never advertised as his retirement match, although he did say he would never wrestle again after the match was over. Never say never in wrestling. Nobody has confirmed that Austin's going to be on the show. However, WWE has a huge stadium to fill. They've already been doing 2-for-1 tickets on some days. And having Austin back after 19 years in the ring would be a huge bump for WrestleMania. And they're also making more money now than ever. So they could certainly afford to make him an offer that he can't refuse. Cody and Brandy Reynolds, who were part of the original AEW crew, as Dave Meltzer calls it, with the Young Bucks and Tony Khan, have left the promotion after not signing a new contract. Their 3-year deals expired on December 31st. There's been negotiations going on for some time. However, it doesn't look like those are happening. Despite Cody and Brandy both holding major positions behind the scenes in AEW, Cody was an executive vice president and headed the community relations department. And he also helped with their wrestling school. And Brandy Rhodes had behind the scenes roles as well. And they also had the Roads to the Top series that had already been approved for a second season. And there has been some footage taped for the second season, but there's no word on if that's still going to actually air or not, since it was airing on Turner programming. So that'll be interesting to see. Apparently, TNT is still exploring options on what to do with the footage, and this decision will be made in the coming weeks. And Meltzer points out that John Cena is on the Wipeout show on TBS and still works for WWE, so anything's possible for that show. Apparently, because their contracts have expired 6 weeks ago, both could show up in WWE at any time. There was even some rumors this week that Cody might be filming some vignettes this weekend. Apparently, the WWE locker room talk is Cody is probably coming in, and if there isn't already a deal in place, it's currently being worked out. It's unknown whether Brandy will be coming in to wrestle or not. I can't personally see them not giving Brandy some type of a job, especially since they already had a reality show and they do Total Divas type shows and Total Bellas. It would make sense to sign both of them. And because they are husband and wife, I couldn't see them wanting to work for different companies. Apparently, some believe that he got such a big offer from WWE that he couldn't turn it down. That's what wrestling is about, making the most money. It's a business. Apparently, Tony Khan and the Rhodes family have agreed not to comment on the exact reasons for the split. This is interesting. My old acquaintance that we've had our ups and downs with over the years, Ted Hart, is apparently getting a documentary that Peacock and WWE is working on. And apparently they're digging deep into his questionable past and bad relationship issues, and it's expected to be released in December. So I can imagine Ted will be happy about that, even though his story is a sad one. The lead Spanish announcer for WWE since '93, Carlos Cabrera, who is 62, was fired this week. And former WWE referee Mickey J, who also worked for WCW, passed away due to COVID-related issues on the 14th of February at the age of 60. Sorry to hear that. As far as ratings go, Dynamite did its worst TBS rating this week, 0.31. It's already reported last night or early this morning. The show was taped on February 16th in Nashville and had 4,800 paid, 5,200 fans in the building, including comps. NXT did a 0.11 rating this week. Raw did a 0.44. It was taped from Indianapolis. 4,100 paid, 5,108 fans in the building. So over 1,000 comps. Rampage did a 0.19 rating. SmackDown did a 0.55 rating last week. Taped February 11th in New Orleans. They had 5,500 paid with 6,169 fans in the building. The UFC 271 prelims last week did a 0.31 rating. Joe Rogan was not part of the UFC broadcast this past weekend. He has been dealing with some issues related to some guests he's had on Spotify. And yes, I was up fairly late last night, so I'm a little bit tired. I also had a good workout today. I did chest and abs and calves. And Piper and I are going to wish everyone a good night. Sorry to wake you, Pipe, but the fans like to see you, and I don't get to see you every day. So we both wish you a good weekend, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please help me out and like this video, then click the subscribe and get notifications buttons so you don't miss any of my latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us on Facebook at the Hannibal TV for more live streams and